can talk. And so I want to keep myself on track and just get along with it. Hey, Jane. Hey, Kara. We got 29 people on so far, so that's good. This is going to be recorded for those of you who didn't come on the live, and we will post it in the O. Jessica Huseman rules. Hey, Jess. Funny. All right, so let's start. First of all, thank you guys for last night. I left the open last night, and my cup was so full. It was electric. It was, we have always had a really strong community, but there was something different about last night. The tight closeness, the noise, the fire, the excitement, the families that were there, everybody dressed up, and it really did encompass everything that we try to be at Gateway and at CrossFit Obsession. So thank you guys. Last night was really incredible. So that was number one. Thank you. I look forward to the next 2 weeks. Let's get after it just like we did last night. Number two, this one is to some changes in the staff. So most of you have met already or got to experience Coach Lindsay. So I want to officially announce and welcome her, Lindsay Screws. She has just moved here from Issaquah. She owned a gym there called Cascade Fitness, and they just sold it and have now moved to Arizona, her and her fiance, Michael, whom you have hopefully also met. They got engaged last year. They are getting married in Issaquah in July. So that's in Washington for those of you who don't know. Lindsay and I met about a year ago, actually, almost. We were in a mentorship group together and we just clicked. She came to Arizona. She absolutely fell in love with it. She had a goal to move to Arizona, and it was almost like divine intervention that there was some changes with Gateway and with me and where I wanted to be, and she wanted to be in Arizona, and we connected, and we have a lot of the same goals. So that's what brings me to kind of how this is going to go moving forward. Lindsay's officially on staff, and I like to call it the triple threat or the pyramid. As most of you know, Coach Jordan has literally taken Gateway next level, not just with her energy and her fitness, and she's such a huge inspiration and motivation to so many of us, but she has become my head coach. She has really just driven operations to a whole new level. She takes on all of the sales. Most of you are with her through nutrition. She's coaching classes. She's meeting with new members. She's doing PT, and she's freaking kicking everybody's ass as far as her own training goes. So the goal for the business is to grow and to expand, and she needs a little bit of help with that because we're just getting bigger and we have so much growth and aspirations for this gym to be great. And so input Lindsay. So I have hired Lindsay on as the GM of the gym. She's going to be the GM of fulfillment. Essentially, that means she's going to take over all the back-end systems, Wodify sales. She is going to do nutrition and coaching and PT alongside Jordan. So Jordan's going to be considered the GM of operations, and Lindsay GM of fulfillment, as well as my head coaches. And not forget that we have Coach Andy. He is coach for endurance and CrossFit. And then we've brought in, of course, Miss Melissa, who we are so thankful for. She is working part-time and helping with some classes. So please welcome them. We have a great staff. I know it was kind of up and down for a while, like who's coaching, who's where. And now we have a really solid team. And don't forget about Jimmy, of course, our Olympic weightlifting coach. We're going places, guys, and I'm really, really excited to announce those two females, my little triple threat. They have helped me so much. And honestly, I would absolutely chalk up the success of just the last few weeks, my stress levels and the open last night, to all the help that I've had from the community and from these girls. So please welcome them. They're going to do really good things moving forward with the gym. Third, this is really important. If you haven't met him or you don't know him, Dave Harker just got his L1. He's a very humble person, and he got his L1 officially. And we have plans moving forward that we would like to start like a Legends or a Masters program, kind of like a mid-afternoon, so that we can bring in some of the older folks, older community, to get them through fitness. So we actually talked a lot about this, moving into our elderly years as we become grandparents, and not even grandparents, like 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Our goal at Gateway and at CrossFit Obsession is longevity, right? We're looking for everybody to be healthy. And amidst the pandemic, it was super important that we put a huge emphasis on our health. And we want that for our parents, our grandparents, our children. And so Dave Harker, that is a huge draw for him. And when he approached me and told me he wanted to get his L1, we talked about him kind of starting that class as well as really attacking our foundations program. We've done a lot of research in the last 2 years, Jordan and myself, and when Coach Rob was here and Natasha, when we had a foundations program in play for anybody that was new to CrossFit, the success of those that did it have gone on to be stronger athletes and have actually stayed with us longer than those who kind of just got thrown into the midst. So we know how important it is to have that base level of foundations. And so Dave's going to kind of take on some of that, and we're really excited for him. So give him a big high five the next time you see him. He's an incredible person, and he's really stoked to jump into the CrossFit world. So, all right, y'all, there are 36 people on this call, and it is now time for announcement number 4. And this is the big announcement and the reason for this live. This has been going on since December. I've kept it under wraps because I wasn't exactly sure what this looked like or where this went and everything. First and foremost, I am not selling the gym. I am sticking it out. We are here. We are good. Don't worry about it. I know that was, for some reason, that was like the first thought to a lot of people's brain. So I have to announce that Gateway is going to be relocating again. All of you are like, wait, what? We relocated to this location at Power in the 202 in October of 2020. We had a big build out. It was a big change for a lot of people because so much of our community came from like the Queen Creek Santan area. And so moving into Gilbert was a big change. I don't really want to go into the inertia of it and why this decision was made. I will give you just some small details. In December, the building was purchased by a new owner. And with the market, as most of you are aware, residential and commercial properties are crazy. And we are no exception to that. The unfortunate thing is that we did sign a 10-year lease, but the landlords, after they bought the building, they walked in and they essentially said, get out. So I want it to be noted that although this was a scary thing, and it is change, and change is difficult for a lot of us, me included, I took this really, really hard, and you guys can imagine on the coattails of losing my mom, it was one other thing that I wasn't sure that I could take on. But I recognized pretty dang quickly that everything that I do for this gym is always with positive spin. I want nothing better than for the gym to be successful for years to come. And the last thing that I was going to do was let some jerks kick me out and make me close my doors. So in an effort to stay afloat and stay strong and build, I'm building my team, my empire of people, all of you super strong community. And we had 2 decisions: close the doors and move. And fortunately, we found a building that allowed us to move rather than have to close because they were basically forcing us. We will be moving to Power Road and Rittenhouse, so 2 miles south. So a little bit closer to our old Pecos building. For most of you, that's actually closer. So we are really, really excited, guys. I have this. You probably won't be able to really see it. This is the new building. Okay, it says dance studio on it because it's an old dance studio. It is 7400 South Power Road, Building 2. You are more than welcome to drive by and look at it if you would like to. I literally got the keys this morning after class. I'm happy to walk anybody through it. It is 1,000 square feet bigger. We do have to do a small build out. Because it was a dance studio, it had like 4 big separate rooms. for the dancers. And so we're going to blow out 2 walls and push them back so that we have a large gym space in the back. Brig is planning to move with us, and he will have a much larger space if he does come with us. There is still some stuff figuring out with that. We will still have a childcare room. There's a big lobby. It's beautiful. We will, because it's a self-standing building, we will be able to bolt the rig into the wall as opposed to it being freestanding, which is going to give us more floor space. It has taller ceilings that we can hang rings and ropes from. It is completely open. It is still air conditioned. But like I said, it is 1,000 square feet bigger than we have now, and there is no post in the middle of the floor. So we got some lemons, and we freaking made lemonade, guys. So 7400 South Power Road. It is on Rittenhouse and Power Road. It is right next to Circle K there. It is on the southwest corner. You can actually see this big sign, dance. Like I would be on Power Road looking at this road right now. So if you guys want to drive by it or look at it, it is, like I said, 2 miles south of from where we are. So anybody coming from Queen Creek or Santan, I know you guys have made a big sacrifice after we moved from Pecos, driving a ways. It's closer for you. It's closer for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. Those of you that are coming from Mesa and Gilbert, it really isn't that much further. It really is only about 2. I don't even think it's 2 miles because you hit Ray Road and then Williamsfield, and then it's just a little past Pecos. So maybe it's 3 miles south. But anyways, every decision that we're making, like I said, is absolutely to strengthen the business. And there's nothing more than we want to grow and continue to grow for years and years and years. There absolutely was a moment where I thought I was going to have to close because there wasn't somewhere for us to go. And rather than be angry and bitter and play the victim because we essentially are being kicked out, we made lemonade out of lemons, and this location is going to be freaking awesome. So a couple questions really fast. Gianluca, you are hilarious. That's amazing. So close to my house. The biggest question, what's going to happen to the big ass fan? Actually, that's a great question, Gianluca. We love that fan. However, with the new space, it is not coming with us. But my contractor is buying it from me, and we're going to have bigger, like 72-inch fans, but they're going to be like 5 or 6 of them throughout the room. So you actually have air. Like right now, behind that post, there's almost like a dead spot. So unfortunately, the big ass fan will be going, but we will have other fans in place, and he's going to be taking that. So it's in the middle. Bridget, still coming. 5 minutes more for Jordan. Closer for Jimmy. Jessica's crying, and a good thing, I think. Happy to hear. Closer for Jane. So I don't know if you guys know this or not. We did this when we moved from Pecos too, but I'm able to take everybody's addresses and pin them into like a geofence online, and I'm able to kind of see where all of our members live. And it gives me an idea of kind of this circle of space of where everybody is. And it was a really hard decision when we moved as far as we did north. So I'm actually really looking forward to moving south a little bit because I do feel like 90% of our members live that close. Marshall, I could run there, but I won't. Oh, thank you, Scott. We are really excited. We do have some big visions moving forward, and I want you guys to know that that's absolutely important. Art, that is a perfect question, and you are the one person I needed to talk about. There is not a shower, unfortunately, in this location. There's 2 bathrooms. We're with our TI, which is tenant improvements. We are moving in the laundry. So if you need to clean up, there is some space, kind of like locker room space where you can clean up. It just won't be a full shower, so I'm so sorry. Scott, yes, there's actually some bike racks because it's its own standing building. There's a lot of space outside. There's some benches outside. It really is an incredible space for like outdoor use. I'm actually going to show you guys this map so you can get a little bit better idea. So we're right here, right? We've got Power Road, and then this is Rittenhouse. So there's this Circle K, and then this is the building right here. This public storage is just south of it, and right here which is not on the map, is that new EOS, which ironically is where Coach Rob now works. So anyways, that's our building right there. So the date of the move, Scott, that is a perfect question. Art Sturkin gets a hose. I could put a hose in the janitor's closet. So Scott, that is a great question. Thank you for asking the date of the move. Landlord literally told us we had 4 months, but we kind of hashed back at them and said, you can't force us out. So we will, the plan is the lease that I signed, because I do need to do a tenant improvement to move those walls and add 220 volt to the air conditioning. We're getting all brand new floorings, which is exciting. We are anticipating the end of May. So I would love, and this is kind of my vision, is Murph being the first workout at the new gym. And the reason for that is because last time when we moved, we had to close down for a week. I am going to fight to not have to close down. And so what that would look like, because we are getting all new flooring, is we're hoping about May 20th that the build out would be done, and we could maybe have a week of just barbells and like body weight, because we have time to move over like all the rowers, all the bikes, the rig, and then move the rig the weekend before Murph and have our first workout be Murph, because we'll have a little bit of time to move over and hopefully, fingers crossed, not have to close our doors. And so what that kind of means is, depending on, so we have to wait for what's called a demo permit, because we have to demo the walls first, and then there's another permit that to put the walls back up. But they can do the skeleton walls before that permit comes in, and then once the permit arrives and the safety inspector comes in, we can close the walls up. So, Suzanne, there is not a huge outdoor space for events, but the gym is bigger, so the indoor space would be great. And then there's like a grassy area where if we did a big competition, we could have, tents and chairs and stuff. You guys can kind of see this. Where am I? My finger's not working. This picture right here. So this is the front door, and then there's these benches in this big grass area. So we can definitely still have events, and we did get the approval to run outside. I know, Matt, let's move before it gets hot, because that's going to suck. But you guys that helped us move last time, the way that we did it essentially was we rented a 26-foot U-Haul, and then we had like 2 open trailers, and we just loaded it up. It was all about manpower and getting everything in there and organizing. So we have been giving approval to do the demo. So we asked the new landlord and my contractor if we could demo, because demo is so expensive. So we're trying to do this as cost effective as possible. So Jake and myself are planning on going in there with a couple other people if anybody's interested. Demo is kind of a big deal. So it's not like you can just have 30 people walk in there and you just start sledging walls, right? Like, it has to be pretty precise, and we're trying to maintain the structure of the walls as much as possible so that my contractor doesn't have to fix walls. So if you have any experience in this and you want to help, Jake and I are going to need it. There's mirrors in there because it's a gym or it was a dance studio, and don't get excited. I am not keeping the freaking mirrors. This is not a Globo gym. And they will break and it'll be a hot mess. So the mirrors have to come down. So if anybody wants mirrors, they're free. We got to cut down 2 walls and take some doors down. And then we got to fill in some flooring. So childcare room, about the same. It'll actually be smaller, Kara. A little bit smaller, not a lot smaller. But we're going to do demo. The biggest part that we're going to need help with demo is actually removing all the trash to a dumpster. So that's where we'll need a lot of help on the cleanup. That way it's cleaned up, the contractor can come in and start putting up the walls. And then we're also going to need to go in and paint, if anybody wants to have a paint party with me. We have these plank tiles, like floor tiles, that we are actually going to put up on the wall for handstand push-ups. So like right now we use wood. We're going to use these plank wall tiles to protect the walls. Ooh, I just froze. That was a terrifying picture. So that would be something we would need help with. And Otherwise, it's pretty quick. The biggest thing is going to be trash removal, cleaning up, and then moving all the equipment. And like I said, guys, I will, now that you guys know, now that this is happening, every step of the way we'll be able to talk about it. Help is always appreciated. And we'll have a Saturday WOD where it's moving equipment for time. So I would love to move before it gets too hot. Like I said, we were planning for the end of May, so that's a little bit warmer. But if things move along faster, I am ready to get the hell out of here. Scott, one of the mirrors can absolutely be yours. Melissa, as many as you want. There is probably 7 or 8 full-length mirrors, wall mirrors. The biggest thing is getting it off in one piece. So any help to do that would be appreciated. So if you have questions, guys, please ask. This is really exciting, and I cannot stress enough about how my mind has had to shift, because it was really scary in the beginning, and I was playing victim, like, son of a bitch, like, this sucks. But at the end of the day, the space is better, the space is bigger. Everything that we have planned, all my coaching staff, Jake and I, we are really, really, really excited, and I cannot stress enough about how exciting it is. I hope Jimmy will still be doing Olympic weightlifting. I haven't heard otherwise. That's up to him. We, of course, would love to have him. We will not have Ollie platforms. Well, that's a yes and a no. We haven't decided, Jimmy. The space for that is hard. So because it's a dance studio, I should try to explain this a little bit better. Dance studios, when they build their flooring, they build up off the concrete about 4 inches of wood, and they like stack this wood, and then they put this rubber marley over the top of it. And so that's what the floors are right now. And if you guys know, and all of you do at this point, the flooring currently at Gateway is broken. And it's because you have to imagine all the weights that we drop and we throw down is like thousands of pounds of pressure coming down on that concrete. And so to minimize the breaking of concrete, we're going to keep that wood floor that the dance studio built. And the reason we're getting all new flooring is because we're going to put an inch thick rubber instead of the 1/8 that's on there now. Or I think it's 3/8 even. It's like this. So we're going from this to this on top of a 4-inch wood. So it'll be a softer land. And so you won't necessarily need Olympic lifting platforms because the wood is going to be under that rubber. So you already have kind of that bounce. We had talked about leaving the wood and putting the rubber in between it. And it's still an option, Jimmy. It's just logistics, right? Flooring is really expensive. It's the biggest expense of our tenant improvements, but we knew it was necessary for the specific flooring that we have to maintain the concrete flooring, because that flooring at Gateway right now is completely trashed, completely broken. So that was another reason that the landlord was like, y'all gotta go, because he thinks we ruined the floors. So whatever. Yes, Georgie, thank you. Thank you. It is a great location, and change is always good. It's scary. Sometimes it's really scary and difficult, but you guys know me. Everything I do, I try to do with a positive attitude, and I know that this is going to be successful, and it's honestly going to give us the ability to grow and have more space. At the end of the day, we'll have more space. Do I have any more questions, guys? Red just did demo. Yeah, demo scary. Amber's excited. Suzanne, farther from me. I'm not leaving. Yay. I'm just trying to like scroll back to make sure I didn't have any questions that I missed. Yeah, we do have to remove that big ass fan. And so I thought of you immediately, Matt, because you helped Jake take it down. And I almost told you guys last night, but when I was talking at the open about the sponsors, the Pro Lift guy who sponsored us, he is going to come by with one of his scissor lifts to help me take down the exterior signs that are currently at Gateway. And he's also going to let us use his lift to get the big ass fan down. So that'll be nice. We won't be using really janky, what was it that we used? Scaffolding. So, all right, guys. I know, Amber, that drive is really, really hard. It sucks for us too. So hopefully you guys can just shoot right up Rittenhouse. Crystal, right by my school. Yes, recruit all the people. It is right next door to Power Ranch, which is nice because it's a little bit more like in the neighborhood. And it's directly across the street from Home Depot. Robin, it is Power and Rittenhouse. So just 2 miles south. So the old location was Sossaman and Pecos is the railroad track, and then Rittenhouse is not even a half a mile from that railroad track. So if you think about the original CrossFit Obsession location, if you were to drive up 1 mile west to Power Road, it's literally right there. So everything happens for a reason, Cindy. You're 100% right. So it's going to be great. It is going to be great. You've got Jordan and Lindsay and myself who are just ready to build and grow this empire, and we are excited to have a new location and start fresh again. And, oh, I know who's going to love this. Robbie's going to love this. Amber's going to love this. We are still Gateway Fitness, but we are still the CrossFit Obsession affiliate. The Gateway logos are going to go inside the gym. And right here where it says dance, all this is going to get removed and it's going to say CrossFit. So this is going to make you guys laugh too. And it's just me rambling now. So if you don't want to stay on, you can get off. But right across, I'm going to show you guys actually. The bird's eye view. Go away. The bird's eye view here, right? This is our building right here. This little white roof building is a Fit Body Boot Camp or Burn Boot Camp. And they use those little like microphones like Britney Spears, and you can always hear them outside in their music. And then of course EOS is right there too. So CrossFit's going to be on the building because we're going to differentiate ourselves from boot camp, from the Globo Gym. It's go time, guys. We're going to kill it. So, all right. I am so excited. I'm really glad that you guys are excited. It seems like positive from everybody here, and that's what matters to me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, contact me, Lindsay, Jordan. We are all here. We want to hear from you. We want to make this as smooth and as easy and successful as possible. I love you guys. I thank you guys so much for being part of CrossFit Obsession and what makes it great. It's really important that this place is here for years and years and years. Thank you. Happy Saturday. Logging out. Love you guys.